What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. Mass Effect. Well, actually, we're on Mass Effect 3. It's not Andromeda, but that's what we're going to talk about. I apologize for my voice. I'm dealing with a bad cold here, so just bear with me. So a lot of things I want to talk about. Obviously, now you guys know, past few weeks have been for me with a lot of different beta gameplays. Getting a chance to do some closed betas, some open betas, some closed alphas I can't even talk about yet. And a whole bunch of different things that kind of trying to figure out what I want to add to my channel for the year. I mean, you know, we have their standards that are there. But in terms of all these new games that come out this month in February and March, there's at least one or two games I've been wanting, and now I've been able to narrow the list down pretty significantly after those copyright things. But one thing that's really awesome to me is that I'm getting hyped now for Mass Effect Andromeda. Okay, you guys know this. Been talking about it. I've reloaded Mass Effect 3, hopped right on in. I'm getting acquainted again with the weapons and the gear and all that stuff. So you're going to see me playing it a lot here in the next couple weeks. So I can get myself in tune again a little bit with remembering the weapons and the styles and the different things that each character has, because Andromeda is going to be huge, right? I mean, there's going to be a total massive openness to being allowed to take each little bit from each little class and put it together to form your own player, you know, and that's awesome. But first I want to really get into system requirements, because system requirements have now been announced for the PC. Obviously we know consoles is consoles, right? They don't have any special requirements, it just works on the console. PC requirements, and I think I'm kind of impressed with this because they're not overly insane, okay? It's not like where I could struggle with some of the newer games. I mean, we won't talk about all those right now because we're focusing on Mass Effect. But I'm actually kind of impressed. And I guess part of this we know is because they're using the Frostbite engine. And Frostbite, after all these years, has just become very optimized. So they can really do a lot with not having to push, you know, beyond, right? So, minimum system requirements, and this is based off of 1920 by 1080, okay? Assumably 60 frames per second. Of course, that's going to vary based off of your system, whether you're at the low end or you're at the high end, right? So that's just a variable there, regardless. Alright, so we start at the low end of this, right? The minimum system requirements, where obviously it's Windows 7, 8.1, or 10, okay? Processor is going to be either an i5 3570 or an AMD FX 6350. Not too crazy. I mean, it's not low end, but it's also not high end. You know what I'm saying? 8 gigabytes of RAM. Video cards, you either have a GTX 660 2 gigabyte or a Radeon 7850 2 gigabyte as the minimums is what they're requiring here. And at least 55 gigs of free hard drive space, running DirectX 11. Okay. Now, I would say a lot of people would have a computer that definitely beats most of those specs. And of course, you know, obviously there'll be some variations in there, but those are, compared to the way things are now with hardware, those are really not horrible specs to be able to meet to play this game in a minimum setup, right? Recommended, again, Windows 7, 8.1, and Windows 10. And this time we're only jumping up to an i7 4790 or an AMD FX 8350. That's not horrible. Not horrible at all. Now, I run a 4710 on my laptop, so I'm definitely going to be in here somewhere closer to the recommended for myself. Not quite there, but I'm going to be very content, I think, knowing that the game is going to play pretty smooth for me. You're talking 16 gigs of RAM. I've got 24. The reason I have 24 for me is because of all the processing and video rendering and everything that I do all the time. I just like to have that extra RAM because it works really good with what I'm doing. Okay, video card wise here on the recommended settings, it's at least a NVIDIA GTX 1060 3 gig or a 970 4 gig is the equivalent, is what they're talking. And then on the AMD side, it's a RX 480 4 gig. So not horrible. Again, 55 gigs of space, DirectX 11. You can obviously have a 1080, you can obviously have a 1070 in there. But considering it's recommended at only a 1060 or what would be like a 970, right? And for me, I fall on an 880M, the old Kepler version of the chipset. So I got that right as they were bringing in the 900 series, and for me that worked out well on my laptop when I bought it. So I think I'm going to fit fine with this game in terms of requirements. And again, you know, we could see the 6900 series, we could see the 7700 series, we could see that it has to have a 1080. You know, I think if your computer beats the requirements, you're probably looking more on the 4K realm of things. I still run a 1080. I'm perfectly content with playing at 1080. I don't really need anything else. My old eyes probably couldn't see it anyway if I wanted to. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm getting excited with all the different things that I'm seeing, like I said, and I'm definitely getting into playing this. So we're going to see a lot more of this over the next couple of weeks of me playing it. Maybe start talking about the weapons that I'm really looking forward to again, that type of stuff, the play styles in that regards. And again, I'm so sorry about my voice. Of course, there's 3 different editions. The only edition that you can buy off of Steam, not off of Steam, forgive me, off of Origin, like outside of Origin, is the standard edition. So I could go over to like Amazon and Best Buy and all that and buy the standard edition. Deluxe and Super Deluxe require you to get it on Origin, and that's just the way it is. For me, I don't see really a bonus to the Super Deluxe. I mean, the difference with Deluxe versus Super Deluxe, of course, is 30 bucks, and they're giving you 20 a week premium multiplayer boosters, basically, for that 1 pack per week. Excuse me, I had to get a drink, for 20 weeks. Now, the difference between the standard edition at 60 and the deluxe at 70, unless, keep this in mind, you're a Amazon Prime member, in which case you are an Amazon Prime member and you go over to Amazon Prime, hint hint, standard edition physical copy has a 20% discount for being a Prime member. Okay, I didn't say that, but there you go. Everybody's getting the pre-order bonus if you pre-order, right? Deep Space Explorer armor, multiplayer booster pack, and the Nomad skin. There's a whole bunch of extras here if you go digital-wise. So things like Pathfinder casual outfit, scavenger armor, and elite weapons set. Pathfinder, you get a pet, which is basically a space monkey that joins you aboard the Tempest. You get access to the digital soundtrack and the multiplayer deluxe launch pack, which is a head start on day 1. Includes weapons and equipment to kickstart your progress. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm kind of trying to decide which way I want to go. I think if I'm going to pre-order it, because my budget allows for 1 game out of all these games that have recently come up, I will probably go deluxe edition. Just because, why not, right? We'll see. I don't know. I still got a few weeks to make that decision. But in the meantime, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm not a big thing with EA, you know, over the past couple years, but they've done a couple things right. They still got a couple things wrong. But I'm hoping that the new direction for Andromeda is exactly what I'm looking for in it. I'm not worried about all the politics and political crap that's out there because I really don't care. I'm just, when I come to play a game, I come to play a game and enjoy the game. Hopefully I get to enjoy it with my friends, with my clanmates, with community members, with subs on my channel, all that stuff. That's what it's all about. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Definitely stay tuned for more. Like I said, I'm going to start racking up some game time here again in Mass Effect 3 so I can get myself adjusted on the weapons and get the feel for everything again. I think that's the best way to get yourself ready for it. And it gives me a slight break from some of the other stuff too. Not that I'm going to stop any of the other stuff, but it gives me a slight break from it and allows me to have a whole variety of stuff that still fit my style, but it gives a little variety to the channel, if you will. Anyway, I'm going to head out, enjoy the rest of this video, and I will catch you guys soon. And again, I apologize about my voice. I'm so sorry. But please do enjoy. Comments, questions anytime below.
The enemy has one of our recon drones. Get it back and online. First objective down. Now keep close to the drone.
System engaged. Using main compliance. Speed launch engaged. Additional teammates in proximity. Funnel power. Recommend additional
The drone lost connection. Get back to it.
recommend additional teammates in proximity. Allow me to help.
Watch your sectors. The drone lost connection. Get back to it.
Of Omni tools. Gather power at the minimum. Speed launch engaged. Additional items would increase motor power.